From sauce to dust to nuggets, it's Taco Bell's new Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. Are they mild? If they were mild, they'd have to change the name to Little Rascal Nuggets or Minor Nuisance Nuggets. Definitely Diablo. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supplies last.
Real value shows up in reliability you don't have to second guess. Like a set of Firestone all-season tires. They're designed to deliver confidence-inspiring wet weather traction and a quieter ride, no matter the road, season after season. Firestone all-season tires. For durability you can count on, just like people count on you. Firestone, always dependable since 1900.
Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Been off for a couple of weeks. Thank you so much, Brian, for running the game of Fist. I saw a lot of chatter in the Major Spoilers Discord server. People enjoying the heck out of that.
Oh, good.
If you haven't listened to Fist, go listen to it. Share your thoughts over on the Major Spoilers Discord server. We've got a channel specifically for Critical Hit, and we also have a secret channel for our patrons to access Critical Hit conversations, because when you become a patron over at patreon.com/major spoilers, you can get access to episodes a week, sometimes 2 weeks early, just depending on where we're at. So there you go. Get on that. Patreon.com/major spoilers. All right, Rodrigo, it is time to get back into Moon Generation and figure out where we left off.
Yeah. Where did we left off?
Heading back from Haunted Island, or did we get back?
You guys were back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we did the implants for Chameleon.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He's a transhuman now.
Explicitly dodging the doctor's orders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing is that I think at the end of the last session, I was like, and then there's like a mission briefing, and then I was like, oh yeah, there wouldn't be a mission briefing because explicitly 2 of you need to rest, or 3 of you actually. So rather than go in immediately, it's going to take 2 weeks.
Oh no.
To get everything together for the next mission. During those 2 weeks, or basically at the beginning of it, Impact is going to get a call and make a hasty exit. Matthew's not here. Hopefully he can get back soon, but for now, Impact kind of leaves the base, and when anybody asks, he says something akin to he has some family business to take care of. Again, you can feel however you want about that. I'm not saying you have to roll with it necessarily. But he does leave. He does take his new mech with him, though. So wherever he's going, he's definitely going to get some practice.
Have mech will travel.
Yep. Especially his mech, because it's relatively small.
Yeah.
So during that time, and you guys know that you are gearing up for a mission here in a couple weeks, you guys can look at reserves. There's a new reserve. So as always, you have the option of having uptime, which is once per scene, one per player character. Once per scene, when making an attack, you may roll 2d20s and pick the highest result. So you basically get D&D advantage on an attack. Downtime, once per scene, when rolling a check or save with a mech skill, you may roll 2d20s and pick the highest result. Same deal, but for skills or for skill checks and saves. Uptime represents time in your mech or potentially in the simulator. Downtime represents time that you spend resting and not not fighting or working out or doing anything too physically strenuous, there is a new reserve, which is the Union Haunted Island Reserve called Rewarding Work. You can select a mech skill. For the following mission, you gain +1 accuracy to every roll involving that skill. So it's a little bit different than downtime. You basically just attach it to one skill and it works the whole way, as opposed to downtime, which can go to any skill, but only once per scene. I know some of you were working on specific things. Bandwidth's work is eventually going to kind of hit a bit of a dead end, although Ingrid will ask him if he is willing to basically send her some of it so she can show it to some of your allies and see if they know anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll disseminate, what all information I can to anywhere I think it could be useful.
Yeah.
I'd say we can do anything to help, if nothing else, give some forewarning to any future incursions. That would be great.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so yeah, you guys have some downtime. You are allowed, you're allowed, but if you want, you can go back down to Haunted Island to help there, which is where that reserve is going to come up. Otherwise, you can just do the uptime or downtime. You still can only take one reserve at this point in the game just to keep it simpler for you guys. So does somebody have something that they want to do specifically?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do take the uptime reserve because I'm going to spend a lot of time trying out this new interface that I had installed, as well as working on building the new mech and practicing with it.
Makes sense. The uptime and downtime reserves are automatic. You don't need to roll for them. So you can just go ahead and do that during these weeks.
After the presumably verbal lashing I got from the doctor for not listening to her orders. Her, right? Yeah. Dr. Bees will be doing downtime where all of his science work will be stuff he can do at a desk or whatever setup is necessary for healing. I believe he's got a hurt back amongst other things.
Yeah, most pressing aspect is your back, but you did have some other bumps and bruises and stuff that were still healing anyway before somebody dropped a mech on top of you.
Be doing research and design at a desk instead of the actual physical acts of putting the stuff together. So do just a downtime then.
Sounds good.
I think Tucson is also going to follow doctor's orders. His hands are pretty mangled. So trying to manipulate controls and everything repeatedly is probably going to lead to some long-term problems. So he'll do some downtime this time as well.
Okay. Anything specific?
No, I think other than just making sure that he's keeping track of the sort of interface between biological and mechanical parts of his mech are grafting together correctly.
Okay.
So just supervising that.
Yeah, that's good. And bandwidth?
Oh, well, kind of thinking, maybe I'll go down to Haunted Island, see about overseeing the installment of various sensors and scanners. Try to, see if I can establish any kind of early warning system for any future teleportation attacks.
Okay, that sounds good. Would you like to roll it?
Sure.
Do you have a trigger that applies?
Let me see here at my...
Actually, hang on to that.
Yeah.
Because If you really want to cheese it, we could roll after you level up, unless you're not planning on leveling up into that.
I mean, we can, just wait till after.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So Bandwidth does spend some time on that island. It is a mess, but Union, Union Medical and the military are pretty good about keeping it under control. But yeah, it's just tons of temporary pavilions and stuff to keep people while they have to get in there and do a lot of investigating to make sure that nothing residual is in the buildings before they can even think about letting people in the neighboring buildings move back in, and also any idea of rebuilding, because if there's any dangerous chemicals, that could be a problem that just festers and causes problems. So it's slow going. But we'll see how well you do here in a bit. So once you guys have established that you're doing that, let's go ahead and level you guys up to level 2.
Yay.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
So Tucson is going to put another +2 into charm.
Okay.
And then, oh man, the new interface.
It's really great that this is happening right as you guys get your new mechs.
Yeah.
It's what verisimilitude?
For my new talent, I will go with Duelist 3. For my mech skill engineering, level 2. And then, of course, another rank of Blackbeard.
Okay. All right. We'll do a round of level ups and then we'll do mechs. Okay.
Doing the back and forth between end bees and current bees. I think Hatch seems like a good one to grab in the moment.
Yep.
After having to deal with some more medical stuff.
Makes sense.
Then tactical profile is going to have the rest of the information. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yep. And there's a little level up button at the top.
Oh, that's the ace you're talking about. Yeah, I found that.
Oh, okay.
It was more figuring out which of the 4 buttons I have to press to find the actual information on leveled up bees to know what to look at. Drone commander, engineer, empath, spaceborne, grease monkey.
So I would recommend either point of empath to simulate the psychic stuff, or a second point of engineer to kind of give you the kind of widest possible version of your engineer weapon.
Oh, empath's way at the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from a supplement, so it's way at the bottom.
I'm just now noticing they implemented achievements into CompCon.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you have to do them. You can't just bring stuff in that's already, otherwise my screen would have exploded.
Yeah.
I have 200 mechs on here.
Oh God. Yeah, I will do empath.
Okay.
Achievement unlocked, full kit. That achievement for. Then going up, I get a mech skill. That's what these are. Are.
So definitely, I would say call up to 2 just so you get the full benefit.
There's the brakes, isn't it? Or the brakes is the right word.
Every mech skill has a stat tied to it that goes up by 1, and a stat to it or that goes up once per point, and a stat that goes up once every 2 points. So by taking your hull to 2, that gives you
An additional repair
plus
capacity.
a total of +4 hit points and repair capacity +1.
Seems reasonable.
And
And
then
then
down
the last thing
to-
is licenses, which I need to take the Horus
Yep. Valor 2.
Valor 2. Okay. Yeah, because my mech is not a Valor.
Right.
Technically.
Yeah, you're going to have the alternate frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I am leveled up.
Okay. You guys might also think in your narrative profile, look at your now that I'm leveling up somebody else, look at your gear loadout under your narrative profile and see if that has stuff in it. And if not, fill it in and we'll talk about it later.
Looks like the same stuff.
Okay. Who's up next? Bandwidth?
I can go.
Okay. Give me a
Although
sec. You already did the thing?
I do have to be honest. Yeah, I kind of worked ahead and kind of leveled up, not anticipating having shore leave. So I don't know. I necessarily know for certain which ones were the ones I chose this time.
We can compare it because I have your like I'm leveling up your character as we go on my screen. So hang on a second. So one thing that the update to ComCon definitely did was it deleted all of my folders.
Oh,
So now,
we're just in a mess of different pilots.
yep,
That's not great.
no.
Yeah.
But I found your guy. So what I have for you is Hacker Fix 1, Inventor Create 1, Navigate Bureaucracy 1, Read a Situation 2, Show Off 1.
So then apparently engage bureaucracy is where I added there. And so that works out.
Okay. Well, you have all of those that I just mentioned. Okay. You're adding a second point to
engage
bureaucracy.
bureaucracy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I bumped that up to the +4 bonus.
Talents.
For talents, I topped off Spotter.
Okay. 1 to 3.
Yep.
Yep. Mech skills.
For Hayes, I put, I believe, systems. Was that at 2?
Systems is you have Hull 2 and Systems 2.
Okay. Yeah, I put one into systems then.
And then a point of Goblin, was it?
Yep. Took the Goblin license level 1
Oh, and you qualify for a
or core bonus.
core bonus. So because you took that point of Goblin instead of another SSC point, you only qualify for General Massive core bonuses.
Yes. Which is fine because I wanted the... Oh, shoot. What was it called?
What does it do?
Gives me an extra main weapon slot.
That is improved armament.
That's it. Yep.
And then Chameleon?
Yep, I guess so. I've got 1 skill point to add, and I'm debating between blowing something up to add 1 point there. Can we have more than 4 points on something or not?
I don't think so.
Or is for the max? Okay, so I'm maxed out at Act Unseen or Unheard, so that would mean take someone out. I could add a point to that. I could add a point to Spot. I could add a point to Word on the Street, or I could add a point to Get a Hold of Something.
I mean, that sounds like something Chameleon would be good at.
Yeah, so I'm going to add that point on Get a Hold of Something. Acquire temporary or permanent allies, assets, or connections through wealth or social influence. So I'll probably have to add some charm at some point.
Sure.
So now I have 2 points in Get a Hold of Something, which is odd. But okay.
Well, it goes up by 2 every time.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll continue there. We are into talents.
Yeah. So for your talents, Do you have something specific?
No, not at this point.
I would then urge you to take the 3rd rank of Grease Monkey.
Okay, let's look at 3rd rank of Grease Monkey. So that would be Friends in High Places. Once per mission, while resting, you can call in a supply drop. You and your allies may replenish 1 use of all limited weapons and systems and restore 1 structure. This doesn't require any repairs and can be used even if you have reached your repair cap. That actually sounds really good.
I do really like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I've unlocked that.
Okay.
And now I'm on my license acquisition.
You should have
mech skills page. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So you already have like 1 lonely point in engineering. So I would put another point there.
All right.
So that you get your limited systems bonus.
Okay.
And
now we are on our license acquisition request.
Correct.
And so I'm going to unlock the metal mark with, let's see, I already have it. Am I unlocking metal mark 2?
Yes.
All right.
And I only say yes because if shrewd listeners will recall, Steven like jailbroke CompCon to get a metal mark early. And he's like, I don't know why it's not letting me do this. Well, I hear like sparking and like clanking sounds in the background. So, Steven, I'm just going to have you real quick go to your pilot and go to mech hangar.
Yes, there is the reptilia that's there.
Okay, please delete that. Just so that we don't accidentally step on something that we weren't supposed to. So you should still have your Everest.
Yes, the Everest is there. How do I? So, there's the trash can. Delete mech. Confirm. All right.
So now that I have you here, let's just go ahead and put your mech together.
All right. Add a new mech. Plow.
Yep.
And I'm going to add the metal mark.
Yep.
Wow. I'm looking at it. So we've kind of already dropped the hint, listeners, that CompCon has updated since we first started playing this game. And there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So if you haven't explored the new features of CompCon, go do it.
Yeah. Definitely go do it before your next game of Lancer, because things are in different places now.
Oh, yeah. And
God.
I guess the update is a rolling update because when Rodrigo first sent us a week or so ago, he says, hey, they've updated CompCon. Go check it out. I went in on a Thursday and I was still getting the old system. And then I went in, was it Tuesday night?
Yeah.
And then I got the new system. So you may not have the exact new system just yet. So. All right. We are here. We've got. Are
we here? Is it just showing you like its stats, or does it actually have something where you can like pick stuff? Okay. So
it's got so it's got aux mount, main mount, heavy mount, but there's nothing in there. And I've got a tactical cloak.
Okay. Can you click on the aux mount, for example,
Nope.
and it brings up a menu? Nope. Okay. So get out of that.
Okay.
Backtrack out of that, or close out of that, and then do you have the like?
Okay.
Mech choices. So you have to click that little green button that says select metal mark. Yeah.
Yes.
And then you name your metal mark.
Yep. System capacity remaining. Operational capacity significantly impaired.
Yeah, it's like when you turn on your car, right? It's like for a second, your car is like, nothing's working, and all the lights turn on before it's like, oh, okay, never mind. Yeah. I just detected the fact that you have an engine, so sorry about that.
Yes. All right.
Okay, let me. So you have 2 points of metal mark, which is going to give you access to some weaponry, but because of your build, you actually don't want to use the metal mark's weaponry. Except maybe the rail rifle. Let me see how I have you set up here in the. We'll do it step by step. So for your heavy weapon, we definitely want the thermal lance, right? That's what we've been gearing your character. So you click on that, you go to the GMS menu, and then you just find the thermal lance there.
Thermal lance. Add it in.
For your main mount, you probably want a melee weapon of some kind.
Yeah.
So let's go to GMS again and get either a tactical melee weapon or a charge blade. It's up to you. The charge blade does less damage, but is armor piercing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it doesn't generate heat, does it?
It does not generate heat.
I think, let's see, 1d6 plus 2 versus a 1d3 plus 3.
Right. Armor piercing.
But it is armor piercing. So right. I think I would rather probably have the armor piercing charge blade in this case.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that one.
Okay. And then for your auxiliary weapon, for now, we can probably put up something like...
I could get a shock knife.
I wouldn't do a shock knife, and I definitely wouldn't do a segment knife because that's going to cook you alive.
Yeah.
So I would actually put either 2 tactical knives or 2 pistols, so you have like a little bit of that Overwatch range.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do the pistols.
Okay.
Can I do 1 and 1 or no?
Yeah, you can do 2 pistols. Well, so if you do a pistol and a knife,
yeah,
then if you're in melee, your knife will not be impeded, but your pistol will. You'll take you'll take a penalty, and at range, you can attack with a knife at range, but you have to throw it and then you have to go get it back. So I would say it's probably better to do one or the other.
Yeah, I'll just stay away from big clankers.
Okay. Okay. Let's.
And then I have do I have any systems? I have an empty system slot.
Yeah, so you have 6 system points. The Metal Mark doesn't get a ton of system points, but does get some decent systems. So I would definitely go ahead and open both menus, the GMS and the Metal Mark menus.
Yeah.
So we definitely want some pattern B hex charges.
Yep.
And definitely want personalizations as well, because that's going to make you more survivable. I recommend as always, the rapid burst jump.
Oh, right. And now notice everybody, he makes us all put on these jump jets, and we will never have to climb over any obstacles.
I would.
All right, what else?
I would very not count on that.
All right.
Okay, so you have 1 system point left.
Reactive.
You have a few options. Armament redundancy is going to prevent your weapons from, or one of your weapons from breaking if you lose structure.
Mm-hmm.
Another option is reactive weave, which means that when you brace, right? So if somebody hits you and you decide to brace the hit, you actually get a bunch of additional bonuses once you do that. You turn invisible and you can move without provoking.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the one that I had last time, or we talked about it. So I'm going to add that one in.
Okay. All right. That's pretty much it.
That's everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a save button that I need to click on before I exit out of here?
No, this time there isn't, which is partially what made it confusing last time. But yeah, this time there's no save button.
Critical
you
hit.
can just
critical hit.
All right. Cool.
It's like Monty Python. It gets deeper and deeper into the show.
Yes. One of these days it'll be at the very, very end.
Yep. Okay.
Next time.
Who wants to go next?
I'm ready.
Okay. Tucson.
Yep.
Add new mech. Select Blackbeard, right?
Absolutely.
What do you have for your weapon loadout?
For the heavy mount, we're using the brand new Buster Sword. I mean, nanocarbon sword.
Okay.
For my main mount, I'm going to stick with the chain axe. And for my flex mounts, we're just going to stay with a couple tactical knives. I do have the bristle crown, but it kind of does, on average, the same amount of damage, but only if I'm grappled or they're living targets.
And don't you have the...
Yeah, I need at least one of them to be a knife.
Well, you have the knife, Hunter. For your... for Hunter. So...
Yep.
Okay. Systems?
We're going to go with the synthetic muscle netting, of course.
Okay.
That is actually the main reason I built this character, but while we're at it, rapid burst jump jets so that I can continue to fly over surfaces when convenient.
Okay.
And that only leaves 2 points because I am also low on system points, so I will go with personalizations and armament redundancy.
Smart.
That's it.
Looks good.
I can go.
Sorry, just 1 second, because your guy ended up in like a different folder.
I guess improved armament actually makes a flex mount, not a main. Well, can be a main mount.
Yeah, so there is one that like upgrades a mount to a main ox. Is that what you wanted?
No. I wanted this because it gives me the flex mount that I can then mount an autopod to that I get with my new Goblin license.
Yep, that's smart.
Where is it? Now
why are you doing this to me?
I can add extra damage when someone consumes a lock-on once per round.
And then
other mounts, I believe, should be the same. I got a Hunter Killer Nexus in my other flex mount. And my Ox mounts, I got 2 Oracle LMG eyes.
Okay, and you're going to keep that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we get some mission briefing that I decide otherwise.
You're never going to get a mission briefing that's like, don't bring the oracles. Like, they're really good. You might get a mission briefing. You might get a mission briefing that's like, you need to bring a specific system, and then you won't be able to afford the oracles.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The fact that they each take 2 system point, or they each take 1 system point. Yeah.
Okay. But, for systems, what are you looking at?
I figure I'll go ahead and try out the new Horus System Upgrade 1 that I get also with the Goblin license.
Okay.
For another reason, I kind of missed the extra invade options that I got with the Chumalungma.
Sure.
And go ahead with some rapid burst jump jets. And that leaves me with 2 points left. So kind of thinking just the smoke charges. Although I'm flexible on any other suggestions.
I mean, I appreciate your commitment to being a frail support. There's always personalizations.
Okay.
But again, if like you want to be all in on your support role, right? Like smoke charges are really good because people get caught out of position and you just being able to drop a smoke bomb on top of them, especially since now you have not 1, but 2 obnoxiously survivable mechs in soft cover. Smoke charges actually work really well for this group.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just stick with that again, unless I get some intel that kind of pushes me to make some other changes.
Sure.
Also, I seem to be kind of avoiding a good amount of damage, maybe just by being invisible sometimes, but we'll see if that continues to hold true.
Well, the Swallowtail has huge sensors, so there's a lot you can do from far away.
Good ways, yeah.
Okay. Well, sounds like that's it.
Alrighty.
Okay. That I believe leaves only Dr. B's left.
New mech or update the...
No, this will be add new mech. Okay. And then...
It's new because I get access to the Hecaton Kyries now.
Yep. So select Hecaton Kyries.
Yeah, I get the Hecaton Kyries, which is great because I love saying Hecaton Kyries.
Couldn't tell.
Heck yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get in there. All right, so in your equipment loadout, your weapon, you should have already your prototype weapon.
Yep. Which I have more control over now?
Yes. There's actually all kinds of dials and knobs you can turn on it now. Less so in melee, but yeah, you actually can. You can basically do like a spin attack now if you have it for melee.
Really? That's cool. It does have rifle, cannon, launcher, CQB.
Yeah, all of that stuff is just like a tag, so you can decide if it's like
Okay.
a shotgun, so that it can benefit from shotgun talents, or like a Nexus, so it can benefit from Nexus talents. But again, it either has to be melee or it can be one of those things. And I guess you don't have to decide right now. You can decide, as the mission is happening, or as the mission is about to start.
As we go into the mission. Yeah.
Mission.
The
mission. All right, let's look at your heavy mount.
Heavy mount. Click to add.
Did you want to change your melee weapon to the heavy mount and then have your prototype weapon be like your main ranged weapon? Or do you want a heavy ranged weapon in your heavy mount? There are no heavy Nexuses yet. I mean, there are, but they're behind other licenses.
The Hunter Killer, the heavy mount can have smaller things in it, right?
Yeah. But generally, you don't want to undermount a heavy mount is like a big deal.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It was more of but the Nexus Hunter Killer is right here.
Yep. There are times when you might do that, but they're pretty rare and kind of for corner case type of builds. There's Lancer has a lot of homebrew stuff. Like the homebrew community for Lancer is pretty active. And I always thought if I made a homebrew supplement, I would have a talent that wants you to undermount and gives like a weapon, like maybe bonus damage or some other properties if you put like a main weapon in a heavy mount.
That'd be cool.
But such a thing does not yet exist, as far as I know.
Unfortunate. Seeing as I am primarily a ranged person, I feel like I would want to have my biggest weapon be a ranged weapon, right?
Yeah. In that case, let me recommend the GMS heavy machine gun. The heavy machine gun is inaccurate, but it does an excellent amount of damage when it does hit. And as you can see, especially having a dedicated lock-on spider, you will probably be hitting a lot of these shots if you decide to use them.
Fair.
There is also another option, which is for you to take a super heavy weapon. If you're like, well, usually I'm messing with drones and stuff, but every once in a while I'd like to take a really big shot at something. That is a possibility too. But it's a little more restrictive. That would eat up both of your mounts. Yep. So if you'd like to
prototype guaranteed, so
yeah. So if you're interested, look at the Cyclone Pulse Rifle.
Accurate 3d6, 15 range.
Yep. And reliable 5.
You have to reload it. Yeah. You can't fire it as a skirmish. You have to fire it as a barrage. And you have to reload it every time after you fire.
Reload is a quick action?
No, reload. You can basically only reload if you stabilize.
Oh, so this is a one.
This could be like you could see this and play this with your build as like a once per fight thing. But you also know that every once in a while, like you just have like an empty turn. So you're like, okay, well, I'll just move and stabilize and get my weapon back. But yeah, if you're busy, like if you're just like right away, like trying to move all the drones or something, this could just be a once per fight weapon. And honestly, that would be a reasonable way to use it.
Yeah, we'll go with that for now, at least.
Okay.
Because these are all very malleable in future missions.
Sure. Oh, actually, let me point you to something else as well, because I forgot that now there are two super heavy ranged weapons. The other one is the Hurricane Cluster Projector, which actually is kind of swarmy now that I think of it. It's 1d6 plus 6, blast 2, range 10, 2 heat, ordnance, so it has to be the first thing you do in the turn, but it is seeking and smart. So basically, everything in a blast 2 gets hit pretty hard, and you don't have to reload it.
Oh, I get to shoot around cover. Cool. Weapon has, so it's E defense instead of defense.
Yeah, you basically launch a beehive way over there.
Yeah. We'll go with that one instead then.
Hurricane Cluster Projector.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just mount it on your main mount as well.
Yep.
Let's look at your systems.
Boy, Spaceborne EVA already in there. Cool.
Yep. You don't have to pay for it. It's already in there. So let's look at your systems. You're definitely going to want to keep your hive drone.
Nope.
Scanner swarm and swarm body are not as important for the Hecaton Kyries, because you also, on top of that, get your free swarm that presumably you're always going to be inside, or going to try to be inside most of the time. So it's not
swarm.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily want to spend points in a thing that damages things when they're close to you if you're going to specifically try to not get close to things. Instead, I would urge you to definitely take your turret drones again. I think you've been making really good use of those.
Mm-hmm.
Personalizations. Now that you have a big old weapon, you probably want to take armament redundancy. See where that puts us.
I still have 2 points.
So there is that deployable wall, smoke charges, hex charges, right? Smoke grenades and actual grenades. And the type 3 shield, which makes it harder for one specific enemy to hit you. So you do have options like that. You could take Scanner Swarm.
Can I take Hive Drone multiple times?
You can. Oh yeah, you can take Hive Drone multiple times.
Okay.
I think
Actually,
so. Let me triple check the book real quick.
Sure.
Because New CompCon does have a few little errors here and there, so I just want to make sure.
It's removed the other few things that I've taken.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, let me. Yeah.
That was the only reason why I even thought to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, if it doesn't have, I forget what the tag is. It's unique. Yeah.
Because Scanner Swarm has it.
Yeah. Hive Drone does not. Yeah, you can take multiple Hive Drones. So you want to pack 2 Hive Drones?
It kind of seems real good with
Yeah.
how good the Hive Drone was.
Yeah, especially with your Puppet, or you don't have Puppet Master yet, but your drone control talent.
Isn't Puppet Master the first one?
No, Puppet Master is from the
Shepherd.
Hydra.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get you there eventually, but you don't have that yet. Yeah, if you have a drone build, you kind of need Hydra 1, regardless of what mech you're in. It just gives you huge functionality to move your drones.
That's all right. I can puppet systems.
Yep. That's right. And drones are characters, so I guess you could try to hack a drone. It's not going to do anything, but it is technically a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it for Dr. Bees.
Red button to add additional systems, so I assume, the gear.
Okay, let's go back to your narrative profile, and we'll add some gear. So let's go to pilot armor. Do you remember what sort of hard suit you'd been wearing?
I don't remember anything other than it was generically, it looked like a... Hivekeeper outfit.
Okay. In that case, let's just go with a light hard suit.
Okay.
For pilot weapons, we can take I would say take a medium signature.
Medium signature.
Yep. And then like a medium AC. And that's like basically you having like a rifle and a machete like attached to your stuff, like even potentially like contracted down so that, when you jump out of your mech, you have that handy.
Yeah, and I remembered 2 of the pilot gear that I had because one of them was
Okay.
extra rations, which was
Right. Or
honeycomb, which should be available at this point.
Yeah.
In things, and then handheld printer because
Yeah, you've actually used that before.
did I use that? That would probably be why I remembered it.
Yeah, when you guys were trying to like hack the
Oh yeah.
the base originally, you made like a dongle with your. Well, if you're going into patch, I would. Yeah, you might want to take a patch.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
All right.
should be good. Just like navigate away from that but still in ComCon to get it to save it. Okay. Is that everybody? Did everybody build their mechs?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any other issues like not having your pilot gear or anything like that?
Mine all stayed there.
I kind of have some questions with the active mode, but I don't know if we're really.
We're not there yet. We'll talk about active mode. We'll blow up that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and roll for bandwidth's system installation.
So I was thinking about navigating bureaucracy, having to deal with all the various.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Because as it turns out, Union is very strict about what sort of spy devices you attach to light poles. So yeah,
and
that would be a good one.
To, get a hold of manpower, get that allocated to this project, and doing all this while maintaining my cover.
Okay.
So yeah, for those reasons.
Totally.
All right. So I will roll.
Looking for a 10.
All right. Hey, a 17.
Nice. All right. I'll write it down. You have done some rewarding work and helped the people of Post Chelem.
Sweet. Do I choose which skill now, or?
Yeah, you choose it before the mission, but since we're here, you might as well choose it now.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably agility or whatever D8. What's the?
All right. So here's how to maybe think about this.
Okay.
Probably the 2 most common types are going to be hull and engineering checks. Hull because enemies might grab you or pull you or something, and that might take a hull check. Engineering because if you're ever on fire or ever like overheating or whatever, you'll probably have to make an engineering check. Agility checks are basically your D&D reflex saves. So when someone throws a bomb at you, that's what you use to dodge it. And systems checks, enemies don't. Like a lot of the time, they don't call for a systems check. It's rare, but it's okay to have. Generally, though, I would say hull or engineering would be my recommendations. With agility, especially if you don't have any points into agility, maybe put it in agility.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I'm also in the same boat with engineering.
Yeah, so actually I would put it into engineering, honestly, because you don't want to fail an overheating roll, or it's going to be harder for you to put yourself out if you're on fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, especially since I got a fairly low heat cap engineering.
Okay.
Some journeys invite you to see a place. Others invite you to see yourself differently. On Wayfinder Life-Changing Travel, we chase the kind of destinations that pull you all the way in. In a special episode sponsored by Reef, A Trip to Morocco invites Preeti to wander widely and experience it all.
There are people who want to go to Tahiti because they just want to lay on the beach, and that's great. And then there are some people who feel really bored with that. For those people, I would recommend a destination like Morocco because you can do so many different things, from ATVs to sandboarding to hiking to a hot air balloon to a cooking class to a traditional hammam. Every destination that we were going to within Morocco, we were experiencing something new.
Say yes to the journey. Your ultimate travel shoes are here. Reef Women's Neptune and Men's Shoreline Del Mar are made for wherever the journey takes you. Get your pair today at reef.com and enjoy 15% off your first order. Listen to Wayfinder on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
So you guys spend some time. You actually don't get to spend a lot of time together. Bandwidth is out of the office for most of the time. Obviously, Impact is kind of MIA, although not technically because he got permission to leave. And the rest of you are either resting or working on your mechs or taking your mechs out for a spin. But about 2 weeks go by. So this is now Moon Day 19 early spring, where you are all called into a mission briefing. Who gets there first? Or who gets there early?
I think Tucson will get there early this time.
Okay. What's Tucson looking like nowadays?
I don't think too much has changed other than the color of his Hawaiian shirt. Otherwise, it's still like unbuttoned and over a white shirt underneath. He's got blue jeans on, pair of running shoes, bolo tie.
Okay. You want to give us a physical description just so people remember?
He's about 6'3", pretty muscular, but not like bodybuilder style because he runs far too much to actually build up any bulk.
When you get there, Ingrid and Red Iron are the only ones there. And they are, like messing with their tablets and talking to each other, like trying to get their presentation. Ingrid will acknowledge you when you come in, but like Red Iron is like trying to get something to work. As Bandwidth approaches the office, he sees that Dr. Bees is also about to go in.
Oh, yeah. After you.
Thank you.
Let's describe Dr. Bees.
Tall, scrawny guy. Looks like he has maybe shaved in the last few weeks. Wearing a long black lab coat over whatever uniform he could grab out of the laundry at the time.
And Bandwidth?
Yeah, Bandwidth's also a fairly tall, wiry fellow, fairly narrow features, has a eyebrow, prominent nose, dark hair, a little longer than previously, slicked back, just kind of neatly but plainly dressed, and just some light gray, like light suit.
After you guys, a couple of the engineers come in. It is, let me find there. It is Duari and Sood. Duari is pale. He has a visor that is kind of like built into his face. Kind of pale skin, light hair. Sood has dark skin and dark hair, kind of honey-colored eyes, a well-kept beard and mustache, and he often underneath his jumpsuit, because the engineers usually have their jumpsuits on, you can see that he has some sort of necklace with some kind of maybe wooden bead looking things. But they both show up at the same time. And Dory says, "We're not late, right? Right.
Well, they're still waiting on a few people."
Okay. They sit down. At this point, Captain Nicholas Buckendorf shows up. He is a man with very dark skin. He's got locks, which are mostly kept back in a ponytail, but it's kind of like, I don't know if you would call that a ponytail, but mostly kept back. But there's like a couple of wild ones out there. He's got his hair is very dark, except it has like some white streaks to it. Same thing with his beard. He comes in and he says, "Hello, everyone. Great to see you."
Pleasure.
Sits down too. A little holographic absab appears at the center of the table. Absab being, of course, the NHP that runs this facility, and also the NHP that keep it, including in those duties, maintaining 1G of gravity instead of less than that, as in the rest of the moon that you guys occupy. So a little globule appears with his eyes that are kind of in a weird place, just in relationship to each other. And he says, "Communication is complete. We are prepared for the meeting."
At that point, Chameleon walks in. Sorry, everybody, and he's kind of scratching at the back of his head where the implant is. I got carried away with the new mech and just dealing with all of this. Lost track of time. Sorry. And he sits down.
Okay. You want to give us a physical description?
Yeah. So Chameleon is 6 feet, kind of has an olive complexion, brown eyes, black hair. He's a little gaunt. He's thin. He's not underweight. He's just thin. He always is kind of anxious looking around over his shoulder kind of thing. Today he's wearing khaki pants, some lace-up boots with the pants tucked into the boots, and then kind of a white tee with a blue denim shirt kind of thrown on over that.
Ingrid says, "That's all right. You're not late." Okay. Well, let's get started. We are going to go over some intense stuff, so I guess everybody take a moment to steel yourselves, especially those of you that were present for the attack. And she nods to Absab, and up on the screens, again, in these meeting rooms have screens all around, and then like a big giant screen up front that serves as obviously a main screen, blackboard, etc. So lots of different stuff comes up, but in the main screen, there's like burning buildings on smoke billowing and stuff. Ingrid says, after the attack on Outpost Chalem, we were able to collect a wealth of data on the strange technology that these attackers use to bypass Union defenses. This data comes to us largely because of the arrays Bandwidth had already set up, and she kind of motions to Bandwidth. Duari looks over at him and does like a bow, with his hands out, oh.
Kind of wave him off.
Yeah.
Sheepishly.
The data, however, is pretty baffling. I know Union Science down in Haunted Island has been crunching the numbers, but they were having some trouble parsing it. So we showed it to some of our allies on Infenzon, and we got back a lead. And she nods to the holographic AvSab, who starts spinning around, and on the screen appears a face. I'm going to describe this face from the chin up, which I know is kind of a weird way to describe a face, but you'll see why. So it appears to be a man. His skin is grayish. He does have a kind of a square chin, not super beefy chin, just just has a cut to it. His mouth rests in a sort of grimace, not a full rictus grin, just lips apart, teeth together, at rest. He has a straight nose bridge. And then if you draw two lines from the top of the nose bridge, so if you take your two index fingers and put them together at the top of your nose, down to his cheekbones, then around to the back of his head, you've just drawn this line. So that line is a raised line of scar tissue on his face. And that is also where the skin ends. Above that line is a shiny, chrome-like, metallic, I guess, skull, where his eyes would be. There is what honestly looks like a pair of giant Phillips head screws, which give him weird kind of dead X eyes, no visible ears. Skull has various rivets, screws, all in the same sort of chrome look. And then he says, I'm clearing my throat. He's not. He goes, "Greetings, Moon Liberator team. The eye's lid is closing. The universe calls to its children." Ingrid says, "This is Voice of the Tenebrous Future, a priest of the mystery of the Ogrins, a religious order that has no love for the Magellanics." "Indeed. Our acolytes studied your data, and we concluded that it belongs to a powerful device, an ancient weapon of the oldest empire, whose technological blueprints are lost to time. Its capabilities and terrible power are truly unknown. We call it the Snorplek." Ingrid says, yes. Using Bandwidth's arrays and the Ogranites' calculations, we've discovered the source, the source pulse, likely where the Snorplek currently is and where this cell of the steel thatch is located. Red Iron sits up and says, "We believe that they're using a very old decommissioned military installation," which something like that kind of appears on screen, but it looks like it's old footage. "They're using it as a hideout. We've taken some quick atmospheric readings and found bursts that could indicate similar flamethrower-based mechs as the ones you saw in Outpost Chalem." Ingrid says, "Remember, the steel thatch are Imperial dregs who feel that they are owed more, but they appear to be well supplied. As you know, poor training and good gear is actually a very dangerous combination."
Mm-hmm.
Red Iron says, "Your mission is to find the installation, neutralize any mechs, and recover the Snorplek. Voice says, "It is difficult for us to move our mechs around the planet, but we will provide backup for you as soon as we can. The dreams of the Forgotten Ones call to our actions." Red Iron looks at him and looks over at you guys. "Okay, Any questions?
What will we be up against? Do we know what we'll be up against?
Red Iron says you should expect similar mechs to the ones that attack Haunted Island. Maybe a few others. So we know that these are heavily shielded mechs. They are very tough and they have strong weaponry. So I would expect a straight-on fight.
Okay.
The terrain in that area. What are we looking at? It's I can see the base here, but surrounding countryside, is it mountainous or?
It's hilly. It's in the rain shadow of the mountains, so it wouldn't be on the rain shadow. It's on a arid area on the south side of the mountains, and if you're on Roll20, I can show you where it is.
Okay.
It's pretty arid, and we believe that this base belonged to the army, possibly a previous iteration of the army from a previous empire, and was subsequently abandoned before these guys moved in. So we think it's pretty well hidden. So you'll have to do some work to find it.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. Moonshot over the location has been calculated. It's a fast turnaround, but I know your new mechs are about ready to go. You need to be in the shuttle, ready to launch in 29 hours. Begin Operation Foreboding Tomorrow.
Okay.
Everybody stands up and starts moving. At least all the NPCs do.
Yeah.
Although Red Iron and Ingrid stay back to sort of thank and say bye to the voice.
It was the voice of the Tenebrous what?
Future, I believe.
Them fellas was armed with flamethrowers and heavy machine gun type weapon.
They also seem to be kind of armored up too.
Yeah.
If we can, they also burn. So we got that to look forward to.
We do indeed.
We're also down a man, so that could pose a problem.
Yeah, it will. We'll have to stick a little closer to each other. Just watch out for them. One's armed with flamethrowers. If they get too close to us, we don't want to be making ourselves too closely aligned with each other.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So I think I'll try to take care of the ones with the machine guns as much as possible, and given the option, try to
align.
Yeah, given the option, try to take out the ones with the flamethrowers from range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll try to line them up if I can. I actually think I should be able to do a little more of that with the equipment I've got equipped now.
Do you think they will be coming out of their base, or will they be already outside of the base? Is there a way to create a funnel to...
They're probably patrolling the area to some extent, but if they're trying to stay hidden, they're probably not going too widely out. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see what it looks like when we get there, but man, if there was a way we could funnel them through, a kill zone, that would might be a good idea to think about.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Their base likely only has one way in and out.
Yeah,
maybe two.
Yeah, I'm a little thinking that we'll probably be largely facing them on their home turf. I don't know how likely we'll be able to pull them to anywhere. Especially with them hunkered down, I'm afraid we're just going to have to probably force our way in and do what we can.
You're the one that took them out with the mortars, right?
Well, I managed to at least slow one down until reinforcements were able to get there.
Okay.
That's good work.
Yeah. Dr. Bees, any thoughts?
Let's see what I can put together to help, but like I said, it's going to be a firefight once we get there.
Yeah.
Quite literally. At least it's arid, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about out of control fires around the area.
That would have probably been more helpful, honestly.
All right. Well, as soon as we get we get a look at the closer map of the area, it should help us out a little bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna do one more pass with my new implant and see how my new mech is working out. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Your body adapting to it all right?
I think so. It's kind of scratchy, kind of itchy where they put the implant in, but that should hopefully clear up in another week or so.
Have you spoken to Doc about that?
No, I really need to. I just kind of asked Absab, and he's just like, rub some stuff on it.
Yeah, I mean, she probably could at least give you some topical ointment, but wouldn't hurt just to have it checked and make sure that there's no rejection issues.
Yeah. Oh man, thanks for that. I've probably just been jacking in way too much.
That could be possible too. It might just be irritation, especially with being new and all.
Yeah. I'll go see the doc. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I'll head off to go see the doctor.
The doctor is in.
Hi, doctor.
Oh, hello.
Can you take a look at the implant? It's kind of itchy and scratchy. I thought maybe it was, maybe just from too much use early on. But Bandwidth said maybe something about implant rejection.
Well, if your body was rejecting the implant, it wouldn't be itchy. It would be necrotizing. Let me see. She looks at it and she's like, okay, well, it's not from use because the implant completely surrounds the area where the jack goes in. So this is just skin irritation. You're not used to it yet. It hasn't fully healed. It's still a little raw. So, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. Here, let me and she reaches for a little bottle and she sprays it and it actually kind of feels pretty good. Oh, that's kind of nice. Thank you. She hands it to you. It's pretty small. It's like a little aerosol type bottle.
Okay.
This is a topical analgesic. Don't use it more than once every hour.
Okay, got it.
So off to your mission?
In my pocket. Yeah, we're going in 27 and a half hours.
All right. Well, good luck and be careful out there.
Thank you. You too. Which is an awkward, it was an awkward thing to say, and he just kind of backs out of the examination room.
I move on, seen and unheard.
That's why you yelled it out loud.
Yep.
I used to do that back in Vampire LARP. I'd be like, just yell, Cloak of Shadows, and run out. Things got awkward.
Obfuscation.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else talking to anybody else? Doing anything else?
Working on final installations of weapons.
Okay. Yep. You definitely have to because your stuff is pretty. It's like prototypes all the way down.
There is one thing that Dr. Bees will do before he heads out. Which one of the engineers, the young engineers, asked him about honey?
No, it's one of the ones.
Yeah, it's probably it was probably either Sood or actually no, it was probably Nell because they would have put her up to it.
That sounds right. I think she's part of the group, but she's not. He's.
Yeah, it's like Duari and Kimber are kind of the jokesters, and they kind of put Nell up to stuff.
Harvest the honeycomb for the mission, and harvest a little extra, and find Nell, and hey. You asked me about honey 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah. Oh, great. Fantastic. Okay. Great. I need to put this somewhere. Thanks. And she runs away with it.
All right. And go back to, or go store it in the mech. Store what I needed in the mech.
Yeah.
That
kind of leaves only Sood for a bit to sort of fit you in. And it's they're, the adjustments are right down to oh wait, hang on, you can't you have to have some sort of limiter here because it's literally crushing your chest because there's not a lot of room in this mech. It's basically power armor.
All right.
Yeah, but after a bit, you guys can get everything finalized. Yeah, some of you, it's probably down to the wire about getting your stuff together. Definitely with Dr. B's, that's the case. Although now with Impact not being there, it does free up the engineers to help you a lot more. Everybody else probably gets a pretty good amount of time to themselves besides that. If you, to take a nap, eat something, Nell, Sood, and Dr. B's basically eat at the mech while they're putting the finishing touches on it.
To my normal life.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how things always are. You just kind of, you're oh, this is calibrating. I'm just going to grab a chair and just sleep for 20 minutes at a time. It's academia. Yep. So the time for the mission comes. You climb into your new mechs, which you will note have not been described yet. We'll describe them when the mission begins. So, for now, you're just catching glimpses of them. The cameras are at these very low angles and just showing parts and stuff. Wing here, a claw there, a bunch of little hexagons somewhere else.
Giant flailing tentacle.
Yep. And, obviously the bandwidth's swallowtail that we've already seen, it's just kind of hanging out there in the middle of it. But he might have some new stuff in there. You don't know, except you do, because you heard us talk about it. He has one more gun on it. Actually, we'll get to it. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are put into basically your landing or your lander harnesses. Essentially, you kind of get into this thing and they basically bolt them to your mech into the hard points. For Dr. B's, because his mech is smaller, they actually have to kind of treat him like those mics that have that harness around them with the little springs.
Oh yeah, shock mount.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, which definitely seems like the way in is going to be a lot wobblier than it has been in the past. Less, vibrating your teeth off, more kind of making sure your head is up against the rest so that it doesn't bounce around. They load your mechs into the heavy shuttle, take the heavy shuttle to the launching bay, which, if you'll recall, has a big sort of rail gun type launching catapult mechanism. Lights and sirens are going, woo, 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 clear the area. There is a brief countdown, and the heavy shuttle, with all of you guys in it, is launched into the air and into the moon's stratosphere very quickly, and then clears it for a smooth ride in space.
Critical Hit is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC, and is produced and edited by me, Steven Schleicher. If you have thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, drop us an email at podcast@majorspoilers.com. If you want to discuss Critical Hit with other Critical Hit fans, be sure to join the Major Spoilers Discord. You can join it for free. There's a link in the show notes. Get into that Critical Hit channel and talk to your heart's content. If you're looking for character sheets, we've got those too. Point your browser to patreon.com/Major Spoilers.
This podcast is copyright 2026 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.